If you're pulled over, I just want you to remember 3 things. Remember this, and you've done these 3 things, I'm going to be ecstatic that I'm going to beat your DUI case. Every case is different, and this is not legal advice. I'm not telling you to lie to the cop, however you want to phrase it. Never admit to drinking and driving. Most people will say, oh yes, I had a beer 2 hours ago. The cops hear that all the time. All the time. The cop still has to prove his case. You've established a reason for the cop to pull you out of your vehicle because you admitted to drinking. Do not submit to field sobriety tests. The walk and turn test, the one-legged stand test, the light, which is the most scientific evidence they have. Officer, I respectfully decline to do any field sobriety test. In his police report, he's going to say, I asked that the defendant do field sobriety test, and the defendant consented. Absolutely not. No, never do field sobriety test. It is your right to decline to do it. The alcohol sensor test that is done on the street. This means the cop will produce an instrument, and he'll say, can you blow into this? Never do that. Do not blow into that alcohol sensor. Street breathalyzer tests are not admissible in a court of law. But guess what? They are admissible to show that the cop had probable cause to arrest you for DUI. Especially if he's done all these other field sobriety tests. And you've just sealed the deal. When you combine these factors, the cops can put the handcuffs on you, take you to jail for DUI. If you get pulled over, number 1, do not admit to drinking. Number 2, do not consent to field sobriety tests. Number 3, do not do an alcohol sensor test. These 3 steps that I've outlined. A defense attorney like myself will be all over that. Get the case kicked. All of that is being recorded. You act crisp, clean, and sober on the camera, and you refuse to do field sobriety tests. You're a criminal defense attorney's dream. Let's say that you are arrested after all of this. Do you submit to a breathalyzer test in order to save your license? This is not the same breathalyzer test that they do on the street. That's more that I can get into. I highly recommend that you give me a call. You should really ask to speak to counsel. Don't drink and drive. It's not very smart, not very safe. Legally speaking, it's a pain. It happens. Remember these 3 things. Remember when you're driving home. I know how to enjoy freedom. I love to spread that feeling to my clients. This is Kevin Crayon. Have a good one. Crayon Law.